Bonds. Have you ever noticed that the moment you open your eyes, you don't instantly become fully awake? You may think you're ready because you're standing on your feet, but deep inside your body, something much more fascinating is happening. Waking up is not like switching on a light. It is more like watching an entire city slowly come to life before sunrise. First, a few lights appear in the distance. Then traffic begins to move. Shops open one by one. Finally, the whole city is alive. Your body follows a remarkably similar pattern every single morning. While you are asleep, your brain, heart, liver, muscles, and immune system are operating under a completely different schedule than when you are awake. During the night, your body focuses on repair. Cells remove waste. Tissues recover from the previous day, memories are organized, and countless chemical reactions quietly restore what life has worn down. Sleep is not simply a period of rest. It is one of the busiest repair shifts your body ever performs. But the transition from repair mode to performance mode cannot happen instantly. As dawn approaches, your internal clock begins preparing you for the day before you even realize you are waking up. Certain hormones gradually rise while others begin to fall. Body temperature slowly increases. Your brain starts becoming more alert. Blood pressure climbs gently to prepare your muscles and organs for movements. Even your digestive system begins anticipating its first meal. This entire sequence is carefully coordinated because your body depends on timing. Imagine an orchestra where every musician starts playing at exactly the right moment. If one section rushes ahead or falls behind, the music loses its harmony. Your biology works in much the same way. Every organ has its own rhythm, yet they all depend on staying synchronized. Scientists often refer to this daily rhythm as your circadian clock. It acts like a master conductor, keeping billions of cells working together. Nearly every cell in your body contains tiny molecular clocks that respond to this central timing system. These clocks help determine when hormones are released, when energy is produced, when cells repair themselves, and even when genes become more or less active. This makes the first hour after waking surprisingly important. It is not just another 60 minutes. It is a biological window during which your body gathers information about the day ahead. The light reaching your eyes, the movement of your muscles, the food you eat, and even your daily routine send powerful signals that help set the timing for countless processes over the next 24 hours. As we grow older, this timing system naturally becomes less precise. Many adults over 65 notice they wake earlier, feel sleepy at unusual times, or struggle with fragmented sleeps. These changes are partly connected to an aging circadian system that no longer sends signals with the same strength it once did. Fortunately, the clock is still remarkably responsive. Consistent morning habits can reinforce these signals, helping the body maintain better coordination despite aging. This is why the first moments of your morning matter far more than most people realize. They are not simply the beginning of another day. They are instructions. Every morning, your body asks a simple question: how should I prepare for today? The signals you provide during that first hour help answer that question. Over weeks, months, and years, those answers shape your energy, your resilience, and perhaps even how well your body supports you through the decades ahead. Imagine stepping outside just a few minutes after waking up. The sunlight feels ordinary because you've experienced it your entire life. But inside your body, that simple beam of light is triggering one of the most sophisticated biological communication systems ever discovered. Your eyes are not only for seeing the world around you. They are also measuring the brightness of the morning sky and sending a message directly to the brain that says, "has begun." Deep within the brain is a tiny group of nerve cells that serves as the body's master biological clocks. It constantly compares the light entering your eyes with its internal schedule. When morning sunlight reaches specialized light-sensitive cells in your retina, a signal travels along a dedicated pathway to this clock. In response, the brain begins adjusting hundreds of biological processes so they occur at the right time throughout the day. One of the first changes involves the hormone melatonin. During the night, melatonin helps prepare your body for sleep. As natural morning light reaches your eyes, melatonin production slows down. This allows alertness to increase naturally instead of leaving you feeling groggy for hours. At the same time, another hormone called cortisol rises in a healthy morning pattern. Although cortisol often gets a bad reputation, this early increase is completely normal. It helps you become alert, bonds energy, and prepares your muscles and brain for the challenges ahead. Morning sunlight also affects far more than sleep. It influences metabolism, helping the body decide when to use and store energy. It supports healthy immune function by reinforcing daily rhythms that immune cells follow as they patrol the body. Researchers have also found that regular exposure to morning light is associated with better mood, sharper thinking, and more stable emotional health. The body functions best when it knows what time it is, and sunlight is its most reliable clock. As people grow older, this system becomes especially important. The biological clock often loses some of its precision with age. Older adults may produce less melatonin, become more sensitive to sleep disturbances, and experience weaker circadian signals. This can lead to waking too early, difficulty staying asleep, daytime fatigue, and reduced energy. Fortunately, the brain continues responding to morning light well into later life. Even after the age of 65, regular exposure to natural daylight can strengthen the timing signals that keep the body's systems working together. Notice that artificial indoor lighting usually cannot fully replace the brightness of the morning sky. Even on a cloudy day, outdoor light is often many times brighter than the lighting inside a typical home. Your biological clock evolved over millions of years under the rising sun, not beneath ceiling lights. Simply spending 10 to 30 minutes outdoors in the morning can provide a much stronger signal that helps synchronize your internal rhythms. The effects do not end that morning. Better circadian timing often leads to improved sleep the following night. Better sleep supports memory, tissue repair, hormone balance, heart health, and brain function. Those improvements then make the next morning easier, creating a positive cycle that repeats day after day. This is why morning sunlight is much more than a pleasant way to start the day. It is information. Every sunrise delivers a message that helps organize the body's internal schedule. When you consistently give your brain that signal, you help countless biological systems stay synchronized. Over months and years, that simple daily habit may contribute to healthier aging, greater energy, and more active years of life. Not because sunlight is a miracle cure, but because it allows your body's natural clock to keep better time. Think about what most people do after waking up. Many reach for their phone, sit in a chair, or remain still while their body is only beginning to wake. It feels harmless, but your body was designed for something different. After several hours of lying down, your muscles, joints, heart, and nervous system are waiting for a signal that says, it's time to move. That signal doesn't have to come from an intense workout. In fact, after the age of 65, gentle movement is often far more valuable than sudden, strenuous exercise. During sleep, your heart works at a slower pace, your breathing becomes more relaxed, and your muscles remain mostly inactive for many hours. Blood continues to circulate, but not with the same force and rhythm that occurs when you're walking or reaching. Your joints also spend hours in one position, allowing the fluid that lubricates them to settle. This is one reason many people feel stiff when they first get out of bed. That stiffness isn't simply a sign of aging. It's your body asking to be moved. The moment you begin walking, stretching, or performing gentle mobility exercises, remarkable changes begin. Your muscles contract and relax in a coordinated pattern, acting like thousands of tiny pumps that help move blood back toward the heart. Circulation improves, delivering fresh oxygen and nutrients to tissues that have been relatively inactive throughout the night. At the same time, waste products produced by normal metabolism are carried away more efficiently. Your joints benefit as well. The smooth cartilage covering the ends of bones has very little direct blood supply. Instead, it depends largely on movement to circulate nourishing joint fluid across its surface. Every gentle bend, stretch, and step helps distribute this fluid, reducing friction and allowing joints to move more comfortably. This is why many people notice that stiffness gradually fades after a few minutes of easy movement. The nervous system also becomes more alert. Every step sends information from your feet, ankles, knees, hips, and spine back to the brain. Tiny sensors inside your muscles and joints constantly report your body's position in space. The brain uses this information to maintain balance, adjust posture, and coordinate movement without you consciously thinking about it. This ability, known as proprioception, becomes increasingly important with age because it helps reduce the risk of falls. Gentle morning movement also encourages muscles to remain active as the years pass. Beginning around middle age, people naturally lose muscle mass unless they regularly challenge their muscles. This gradual decline, known as sarcopenia, response can make everyday activities like climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or getting up from a chair more difficult. While a short morning walk or mobility routine won't stop this process by itself, it reinforces the habit of daily movement, helping preserve strength, flexibility, and confidence over time. There is another benefit that is easy to overlook. Movement wakes up the brain. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, supplying oxygen and nutrients that support attention and mental clarity. It also stimulates the release of natural chemicals that help nerve cells communicate more effectively. Many people notice that after a few minutes of walking, their thoughts become clearer, their mood improves, and they feel more prepared to begin the day. The key is consistency rather than intensity. You don't need to run a marathon before breakfast. A slow walk around the neighborhood, gentle stretching, simple balance exercises, or a few minutes of controlled body movements can be enough to activate the systems your body depends on. These small actions tell your heart to circulate more efficiently, your joints to loosen, your muscles to engage, and your brain to become fully alert. When repeated every morning, these simple movements become much more than exercise. They become a daily reminder to your body that it is still meant to move, adapt, and stay capable. Over months and years, that consistent message may help preserve mobility, independence, and quality of life, making each new morning not just the start of another day, but another opportunity to keep your body strong enough to enjoy the years ahead. When you wake up in the morning, your body has already gone several hours without food or water. Even though you were asleep, your heart continued beating, your lungs kept breathing, your brain remained active, and countless cells carried out the work of repairing and maintaining your body. All of those processes required energy and used water. By the time you get out of bed, your body isn't simply asking for breakfast. It is waiting for instructions about how it should fuel the entire day. Many people think breakfast is only about satisfying hunger, but your body sees it differently. The first things you eat and drink become signals. They tell your metabolism how much energy is available, how quickly it should process nutrients, and whether it should build, store, or conserve. Imagine your metabolism as the manager of a busy factory. Every morning it waits for the first shipment of supplies before deciding how the day's work will unfold. A well-balanced shipment allows everything to run smoothly. A poor one forces the factory to adjust in less efficient ways. Water is one of the simplest yet most overlooked parts of this process. During the night, you lose fluids through breathing and normal body functions. Even mild dehydration can leave you feeling sluggish, make it harder to concentrate, and reduce physical performance. Drinking a glass or two of water after waking helps replace some of those lost fluids and supports normal circulation. Since blood is largely made of water, staying hydrated allows oxygen and nutrients to move more efficiently throughout the body. After hydration comes nutrition. One nutrient deserves particular attention as we grow older. It's protein. Muscles are constantly being broken down and rebuilt, but this rebuilding process becomes less efficient with age. After the age of 65, the body often requires more dietary protein to maintain muscle mass than it did in younger years. Including a good source of protein in the morning, such as eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, beans, tofu, or other protein-rich foods, gives the body the building blocks it needs to repair and preserve muscle tissue. Fiber also plays an important role. Foods such as oats, berries, apples, whole grains, nuts, and vegetables slow digestion and help release energy gradually instead of all at once. This steady release helps keep blood sugar from rising and falling too quickly. Stable blood sugar often means steadier energy, improved concentration, and less temptation to reach for sugary snacks later in the day. Your digestive system, the tiny organisms living in your intestines, and even your immune system all benefit from a diet rich in fiber. In contrast, beginning the day with large amounts of added sugar or highly processed foods can create a different pattern. Blood sugar may rise rapidly, prompting the body to release more insulin to move that sugar into cells. A short time later, blood sugar can fall again, leaving you tired, hungry, or craving even more sweet foods. Repeating this cycle day after day may gradually make it harder for the body to regulate blood sugar efficiently. The brain also depends on thoughtful morning nutrition. Although it makes up only a small percentage of your body weight, it consumes a remarkable amount of energy. Supplying it with steady fuel rather than quick bursts of sugar helps support memory, attention, and clear thinking throughout the day. Healthy fats from foods like nuts, seeds, or avocado can also contribute to normal brain function as part of a balanced diet. The goal isn't to create a perfect breakfast every single morning. Life is rarely that predictable. The real advantage comes from building a consistent routine that includes hydration, adequate protein, fiber-rich foods, and balanced nutrition. These choices work together to support your muscles, heart, brain, and metabolism, helping your body recover from the night and prepare for the hours ahead. Every morning, your body quietly asks, "What kind of day are we preparing for?" The answer begins with the very first things you choose to drink and eat. Those simple decisions may seem small in the moment, but repeated over months and years, they become part of the foundation that supports strength, energy, and healthy aging well into the future. When people hear the phrase, "live 30 more years," they often imagine a secret discovery, an expensive treatment, or a revolutionary breakthrough that changes everything overnight. But biology rarely works that way. Your body is shaped less by dramatic moments than by thousands of ordinary decisions repeated day after day. The remarkable truth is that many of the processes influencing healthy aging respond not to perfection, but to consistency. Think about a river flowing through a valley. A single drop of water seems too small to matter. Yet over many years, countless drops carve through solid rock and reshape the landscape. The human body changes in much the same ways. One healthy morning will not transform your future, just as one unhealthy morning will not erase it. But repeated hundreds and then thousands of times, small habits gradually become powerful biological forces. Every morning offers a fresh opportunity to send clear signals to your body. When you wake at a consistent time, step outside into natural light, move your muscles, drink water, and nourish yourself with balanced food, you are doing more than completing a checklist. You are reinforcing systems that have evolved over millions of years to respond to predictable daily rhythms. Your heart learns what to expect. Your hormones settle into healthier patterns. Your muscles receive regular reminders to stay active. Your brain strengthens routines that make these choices feel easier over time. One of the most fascinating abilities of the human brain is its capacity to adapt through repetition. Each time you perform the same healthy behavior, the nerve cells involved communicate a little more efficiently. Gradually, actions that once required effort begin to feel automatic. This is why habits are so powerful. They reduce the need for constant motivation. Instead of asking yourself every morning whether you should go for a short walk or drink a glass of water, the behavior simply becomes part of who you are. This matters even more after the age of 65. As we grow older, our bodies become slightly less forgiving of long periods of inactivity, poor sleep, dehydration, or unbalanced nutrition. Recovery often takes longer than it did in youth, but the opposite is also true. Older adults can still respond remarkably well to healthy routines. Research continues to show that regular physical activity, quality sleep, good nutrition, and social engagement are associated with better physical function, improved cognitive health, and greater independence later in life. Aging may be inevitable, but the way we age remains influenced by many daily choices. There is another important lesson hidden within these routines. Healthy aging is not about avoiding every challenge or eliminating every risk. No morning routine can guarantee a specific lifespan or completely prevent disease. Genetics, environment, chance, and medical care all play important roles. The goal is not to chase immortality. It is to give your body the best possible conditions to remain strong, resilient, and capable for as long as possible. Perhaps the greatest reward is not simply adding years to life, but adding life to those years. Imagine reaching your 70s, 80s, or even 90s with enough strength to climb stairs without fear, enough balance to enjoy a walk in the park, enough energy to travel, play with grandchildren, sport, or pursue hobbies that bring joy. These moments are often built long before they arrive. They are the quiet result of thousands of ordinary mornings that seemed insignificant at the time. So tomorrow morning, remember that your choices do not need to be perfect. They only need to move you in the right direction. Step into the sunlight, move your body with care, drink water, eat nourishing food. Repeat those actions the next day and the day after that. Over months, years, and even decades, these simple habits become an investment in your future self. The most extraordinary transformations often begin with the smallest routines, practiced faithfully until they become the foundation of a longer, healthier, and more active life.